Good morning, everybody, and a big welcome to you on this Wednesday morning. Had to check my days there. It is Wednesday indeed. So, good morning to you, and thank you very much indeed for joining our session on digital marketing strategy. We've got a lot of information to cover today for you that's going to help you to think about building a digital marketing plan, as it says on the screen there, to reach new customers online. We should better help get you going, start to think of the essentials in this entire field, and help you to start to create and get creative. So my name is Glenn, and I'm a trainer for Google's free skills training program, Google Digital Garage. So I'm an experienced digital skills trainer. And I've got a background in digital marketing tutor, and my main background in terms of business is being a business manager, being a big team manager, and consulting across many sectors in order to help organizations understand all of the technology that's available to them and giving them lots of opportunities to grow and keep up with all of the trends. So digital marketing strategies, a lot of organizations are going to have those on the go. So hopefully I can add a bit of value to this session for you with some of my experience. But I'm not on my own today. I am joined by the wonderful Mohammed in the chat. And you can see there, Mohammed has got a little blue spanner just by the side of his name. So Mohammed is in the chat. He's going to be interacting with you all the way through the session. So please do pop into the chat and say hello and let us know where you're tuning in from today. It would be excellent for you to do that. We can't see you, but you can see me. Hopefully you can see me anyway. In a minute, we'll do a bit of a tech check in a moment. But talk to Mohammed and interact. Let us know your experience and some of the topics we're going to be covering, and ask some questions. Mohammed's going to answer most of those questions for you in the chat as we run through, but there are a couple of pauses for questions, so he may well pass over a couple of those to me as we go, so that I can just address them to you in the audience. So we look forward to that. Now, before we do get going, I just mentioned about having a good visual and audio experience. So if you're having any difficulties with your screen at the moment, then refresh the browser. That should hopefully clear up any difficulties you're experiencing. It's that age-old adage: if it's not working, close it down and restart it. Now, if you can't see the instant chat that we're talking about today, then you do need to sign into your YouTube account or create a YouTube account. Again, that's just a few clicks, minimal information in order to sign up. That gives you the history function, which in your YouTube account, which is going to be useful because this session will remain live on the link that you came in on for the next 24 hours. So if there are areas that you want to revisit, then please do that. But yeah, sign up for an account. There are so many advantages to having a YouTube account, especially if you're perhaps thinking of using YouTube as part of your digital marketing strategy and creating some of those videos or doing some live streams. Now, we're running this Google Digital Garage virtual training as part of a broader offering of courses that are available on the Google Digital Garage site. It's probably where you signed up for this session. That's g.co/digital garage. Mohammed will drop you in a link to the Google Digital Garage site so that you can have a look at all of the webinars, live trainings, face-to-face training as well that we've got coming up for entrepreneurs, for small businesses, for people who might be looking to change their career. We've got so many things going on. Please have a look at the website. There's also a fantastic course called The Fundamentals of Digital Marketing, which is a no-cost course to take that does give you a certification at the end. So you would do a 40-hour video learning course in your own time and at your own pace. And then when you've completed, you get an assessment. When you've passed that, you can download a certification that's endorsed by the Open University. So have a look at that. Again, that's on the Google Digital Garage site. All right, so let's have a look at what we're going to be covering today. Firstly, we're going to understand and get a bit of an overview of digital marketing. In the middle section, we're going to be looking at digital marketing channels. And then lastly, we're going to be building a digital marketing plan. So there's a lot of things to cover. I'd have your pen and paper or your note-taking device of choice at hand in order to keep up with some of the concepts we'll be covering. And as I say, you can revisit this stream for the next 24 hours. So that'd be fantastic. So one of the things we can also add to our offering here is some mentoring. So there is one-to-one mentoring available from Google, g.co/UK mentoring. And again, I'm going to ask Mohammed to drop the link to that into the chat for you so you can consider signing up. If you're a small business or charity in the UK, then you're eligible to sign up. You get an hour with a digital expert on the topic of your choice. Now, what that means is that there might be something that comes up today that you think, I wonder if that would be of really good value to me and to my business. Why not sign up to a session, to a mentoring session, and ask those questions that are pertinent to you and to your business? I can just see a quick comment that's coming from Carla Erica Albario. Hello there, good morning. And you said about certificates. There aren't certificates for the webinars, Carla, for what you're watching now, but there are certain certified courses that are available on the Google Digital Garage site. So I hope that clears that up for you. So let's have a look at an introduction to digital marketing and what we're going to be looking at today. We need to think about the opportunities that we might actually get from being online. There are lots and lots of benefits to being online as a business. So again, what are those? If you're online already, then please do pop those into chat for me. What opportunities do you actually get from being online? You know, there's a world of information at your fingertips, a wealth of research, of entertainment, of knowledge, and of being able to help yourself really understand any topic that exists based on the fantastic search engines and search functions that we can hook ourselves into. Now, what's our device of choice? That's the mobile. We do live in a mobile world, and you can see some good statistics online. You know, mobile and smartphones is changing how we act and behave as humans. In the UK, 80% of people buy online, 80%. 2.5 billion smartphones are in use today. That's a lot of tech out there connecting and hooking into the internet to search for businesses potentially just like yours. And across the world, 60% of searches are done on mobile devices. So that's telling you that mobile devices are more popular than your desktop, your laptop, or your tablet. It's the device that fits in your pocket. It's the device that has so much of your data on it. And it's the device which you can pull out in your breaks, your lunch hours, when you're on the bus, when you're on the train, whatever it is that you do, and however it is that you get there, you can probably link up to a Wi-Fi system or look at 3G, 4G, 5G. So your accessibility opportunities are absolutely huge. And yeah, good question from Mohammed. How long do you spend on your mobile phone? How many times? There are functions and settings on all devices now that help you understand your screen time. How many times do you pick up your phone each day to reference something or to look for something? It can be quite a lot and quite an interesting stat for you to focus on. So we can reach more people globally if that's part of our business plan. If we are an international business, we have the opportunity to reach out to pretty much an entire globe. We can expand our customer base. People from all over the world are going to be able to find you online. You can go to search engines, obviously, to look for businesses, products, and services. And I'm sure that we, again, perhaps do that more than once a day in some respect. You can be found also by more potential customers. If you turn that logic around, if you're online, there's more and more people going online and hopefully looking for products and services like yours and businesses exactly like yours. Now, the example that you can see on screen is a great tool called Google Trends. I will ask Mohammed to share the link for Google Trends in the chat that can help you compare the number of Google searches for your products and services in the UK versus other countries. So wherever you're based, you're going to find data for your territory, which can help you understand the popularity of trends for searches that, again, could be associated with you and your business. It's a great way to start to look at what keywords people are using and how the use of certain products or phrases, things like near me, for example, in your searches, how that's developed over the years. Near me took quite a big leap in around 2015 as more and more local search functions were added to the search capabilities across the internet. Now, one of the other things that you need to do is always to think about your customers. They are obviously extremely important to you. So you can learn about your customers using insights or analytics tools. Again, vital part of your digital marketing strategy. We can find out information about people who visit our website, so we can understand their age ranges, lots of demographic information, what perhaps their gender split might be, so we know who we're writing for when we're writing those compelling posts, and when we're positioning our material and our content on our website or on our social media platforms. You can see an example from Google Analytics on the left and an example from Facebook on the right, which gives you, if you're not sure who your customer set actually are, having your website connected to Google Analytics gives you so much data and helps you understand every click that's being made on your website. We do have some sessions available on the Google Digital Garage site, such as getting started with analytics and track your data with analytics. Have a look on the website to see the sessions that are available. Some of them are an hour long, some of them are 15 minutes long for that bite-size knowledge share too. So sign up for some of those and learn about the power of analytics tools and what they can do for you to help you to progress and understand your customers, and then build content that's appropriate to them as a result. Now, we are, in terms of being online, back to those opportunities and those benefits, we can communicate and support better. So you can see the examples on the screen. So you can look, if you look at Scott Allen in the bottom left-hand corner, he's ordered a pizza, it's not turned up, and he's getting a bit concerned about his order. So you can actually contact organizations immediately. You've got body transformation, personal training on the right. So again, you can interact, you can show your credibility by sharing your reviews, and people can approach you directly and query your business, query you, and understand what it is they need to do to perhaps get involved or engage with you. And you can advertise. I've eaten a lot of chocolate in my life. You can see the top left example at all price points. And I think Cocoa chocolate is the best of any. And I don't say that lightly. So it's a great way to advertise the benefits of your business to a wider audience as well. One thing to say, when you're online, when you're on social media platforms, for example, you are your own customer support function, your own customer service department, and you need to factor that into your daily workings and ensure that you're able to answer your customers as they contact you, answer their questions, and be there as an information source as well. So always bear that in mind. So we've come to the end of the first section. I can't see any questions that have come into the chat as of yet. I can see Mohammed keeping you busy there and interacting with you. So thank you very much, Mohammed, for that. He is going to, again, keep you entertained and keep you informed, give you some great links as we work through the session today. So if you do have any questions, just keep popping them in the chat. So section 2, now we've had a look at the opportunities, okay, in section 1, and we understand now that our opportunities online can be absolutely huge when we focus our attention and work hard to achieve them. So on that basis, let's now have a look at some of the digital marketing channels and platforms that exist so we can see where we want to focus our efforts for our business. Now, there are quite a few of them. We're going to be covering 6 key channels in this session today. So this is where you need your pen and paper or note-taking device, I think. Some of these may be applicable to you, some of them may not, depending on what it is you're trying to achieve. So always choose the areas that are going to be applicable, that are going to give you most benefit for your business type and the offering that you have. And also think about where your customers are going to be. Now, you've got search engine optimization, known as SEO. You've got search engine marketing, known as SEM. You've got social media marketing, SMM, display marketing, those billboards of the internet, email marketing. I'm sure most of us have signed up to some type of email newsletter at some stage, and content marketing. So we're going to run through each of those. So have a quick look on the screen for 6 extremely popular ways for you to demonstrate your online prowess and to attract customers through to your online offering. Again, whether that's through a social media platform that then perhaps links to your website, whether that's just a website in isolation, whether that's just social media platforms in isolation. Content marketing will jump across a lot of the platforms that we're talking about as well, because we will be sharing content like blog posts, videos, guides, infographics. We want to attract attention. We want to get our audience's attention as quickly as we possibly can and drive traffic through so that people go onto our website and they fulfill the actions like buy now or subscribe here or download here that we want them to do, and that of course they want to do as well, because essentially, digital marketing is about being the solution to your customers' challenges, however they find you. You go online, you're making a query, you want to find something out or learn something or engage with somebody to help you. So be the solution to your customers' challenges. So let's have a look at search marketing. Let's have a look at an example of a web page. I'm sure that most of us have experienced this in some form or other. In the yellow box, we have the search query. So this is a search engine results page. You might see this referred to as a SERP or SERPs. It contains three things mainly. You've got the search query, as you can see at the top. Those are the keywords that we essentially type in to a search engine. Then on the next line, in the blue box, what's in the blue box? The paid text and shopping ads. So you will see those people have paid for the privilege of being at the top of page one of your search engine. So again, we're using Google. It's got the biggest market share. It's the hugest search engine out there. Quickly followed, by the way, by YouTube, which is also a huge, and it's the world's second biggest search engine. So if you didn't know that, again, think of the potential for you on YouTube. The fact that you're watching this on YouTube today, the fact that you can do live streams, and the fact that you can build really great content for your customers via that channel. Now in the green box, we have something that is referred to as organic search listings. That's when you have a website, you've registered a domain, it's being indexed by the search engine such as Google. Spiders and bots go into your website, look at the structure, you get indexed, and then you can be found in search results when you match and implement perhaps keywords and you optimize your website. So organic search listings are all the things that you do to help your website become more prominent, where you're not paying in order to up your ranking. A great goal for a lot of websites is to get onto page one, and that simply will be because when you do a web search, how many pages do you actually look at? I mean, that's a great question. How many pages do you look at? Pop that into chat for me and help me to understand your kind of search habits, because in a lot of cases, people aren't really looking for at a massive amount of pages. And there are a lot of pages available. Sometimes results can go into the thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, and possibly even billions in some cases. How far do you look? I look at page 1 and 2. I do sometimes go anywhere up to about page 5 to have a look to ensure that I'm just capturing a good feel for all of the results. But yeah, who goes past the first page on Google? It's a really interesting question, because there's a lot of results that are reasonably relevant that are beyond page 1. So yeah, pop them into chat and we'll pick up on some of those. So how to get started with search engine optimization. Again, it's a huge topic. YouTube, again, is your friend in terms of looking up how people utilize search engine optimization techniques and how it works for them and their business, maybe in the same types of business that you're running. We can sign up for Search Console. Google Search Console is a fantastic free tool that will help you understand how you rank on Google search. And if there are, and this is the great bit for me for Google Search Console, if there are any errors or issues with your website which are preventing it from being indexed properly, so you get an early alert system on any difficulties your website is experiencing, that can be absolutely crucial. And that means that once you've fixed a lot of those issues, there's the potential with a lot of work that you can start to rank higher and higher and maybe get yourself onto that esteemed first page. Submit a sitemap so that, again, you're helping Google to understand your website, its structure, its meaning, and its intent, and promote your site and share new content. Up-to-date articles are going again to be ranked a lot more highly than out-of-date articles. So try and keep your content fresh, try and keep things moving as fluid as you can. And then we need to create unique, accurate page titles that reflect what it is we're trying to achieve and the purpose of our website. We create good titles and snippets, those little descriptions you get in search engine results, which again give you that feeling for the website and help you to click through because it's relevant to your search. And then use heading tags to emphasize important text. Heading tags, there's H1s, H2s, H3s. It's a big topic again that can help a search engine recognize your intent and make sure that, again, formatting wise and structurally, your audience can understand what it is that you're offering, but so can the search engine. And that's a really, really important thing to bear in mind. So we want to run keyword research. That's absolutely key, really, really important indeed. That's the words or phrases that people are using when they're searching for products and services related to you and your business. There are tools available that can help you to look at keywords and keyword usage. There's the free keyword planner in Google Ads. Again, if Mohammed wouldn't mind sharing the link through to Google Ads, you can use the keyword planner with limited functionality without running an actual campaign. You're going to get an idea of what people are using to find your type of business. And the more keywords, in my opinion, you've got that are relevant to your website and content, the better. You need to publish useful, high quality content. You do. We expect high quality content. We have growing expectations. We are always wanting better quality, better speed. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, if a web page loaded slower than we'd like it to, we might put up with that and we might have waited for it to load. But now, because of internet speeds, because again of increased quality and website quality, we expect things to be there straight away. And again, there's things called Core Web Vitals, which can help you with that as well, to ensure that your page and your pages are really functioning as optimally as they can, again, to retain the people that might be clicking on your web pages. There are lots of factors which are involved in search engine optimization, and make your web pages as search friendly as you can. Titles, meta descriptions, they can help the search engine generate the search result for the specific page. So the more pertinent that is, the more relevant that is for you and your website, the more likely you are to be found. Okay, so we're looking for local business. So local SEO is also an important part of that. You've got local directories such as TripAdvisor and Yell. Yell is the online replacement for that huge yellow book that we used to get delivered outside our front doors that was absolutely massive. You've got search engines like Bing, TripAdvisor, but also Google Business Profile. Google Business Profile is an excellent online platform which gives you an additional online presence at absolutely no cost. So people can find you in more than one way. And if you are a local business, again, you can come up in a really nice position on the search results page. It's going to be on the right-hand side of your search engine results page, right near the paid ads. So you get some really good prominence for being a local business. You can see the description there, Rachel's Kitchen. You can add reviews. Reviews are crucial for your social proof and for people to trust you and for you to build your credibility up. People can find you by having the pin on the map. You don't have to be a physical business to use Google Business Profile, by the way. You can remove the ability for people to see your address if you are a purely online business. Again, look at the support guide for Google Business Profile on how to do that. You can include your opening hours. You can include, as I've mentioned, your reviews, pictures, all of the things that your customers might well need in order to help them make that decision. As it says there, always respond to reviews, good and bad. Make sure that you are responding and performing that customer service function for your audience. So what's the difference between search engine optimization, SEO, and search engine marketing, SEM? Well, SEO, search listings are free. With search engine marketing, you're going to pay for those search listings because you're going to be at the top of page one and you've paid for the privilege to be there. You optimize keywords on SEO, and for SEM, you bid on keywords. You bid on a pay-per-click basis. On SEO, you can take time to rank on the first page. I mean, that's an understatement. It can take quite some time and a lot of effort in order for you to achieve that. With SEM, search engine marketing, you can get onto the first page straight away because, again, you are paying for the privilege. I would always advise across social media and any type of marketing to use a blended approach whereby you're optimizing via SEO, your domain and your website, absolutely. But then you are also taking out paid campaigns at strategic times for you and your business to help optimize your visibility and to really capture those new customers as and when they're looking for businesses, services, or products just like yours. Now, in terms of search engine marketing, then we're going to be using a tool called Google Ads predominantly. We're going to be looking at the campaign type we want to do. Is that going to be a text ad? Is that going to be a mobile ad? Is that going to be a display ad? There are many different types of campaigns that you can consider. And you always have to consider a campaign goal. That's important. We need goals because we need to have something that we can work towards and measure at the end. Now we've got in the middle, pick the right keywords. So align your keywords with business goals and what your website is trying to achieve. You can manage the match types, and you can refine with negative keywords. Negative keywords mean that if there is a similar word in use that refers to a different type of business to yours, but the word's the same, that you can actually eliminate people seeing your ads if they're in a different type of business with a similar name. So perhaps if you were a glasses shop, or you were perhaps someone that sold glasses in terms of drinking glasses. So you could eliminate drinking glasses if you were an optician's, and you wouldn't then get people who are looking for drinking glasses come up in your results. That's a very quick example there, but negative keywords can help save you a fair amount of your investment. Then you need to write a compelling ad. You need to focus on user benefits at all times. People want to know what's in it for them. Copy that appeals across devices. Make sure that you're optimizing for mobile, because that is the device of choice, as we saw, and you want everything to load quickly and look really good on that mobile screen. Focus on your headlines, imagery, and implement ad extensions. Ad extensions are when you have a listing, and then underneath it, you could have a recipe. You could have, if you were a car dealer, you could have the registration, the mileage, and the type of fuel that that car used. You can add information into ad extensions, again, to help your audience make those informed decisions. So tips of success: work hard on your keyword list. Absolutely, get a lot of keywords in. Look at how your competitors might be using keywords as well. Understand what your industry needs and what people are looking for. Boost your ads with extensions so you become more prominent, and connect your analytics account to start to analyze all of that data and start to make informed decisions about your business, your customers, your website, the pages that are working, what times of day to post, what times of day to update content, when your site is being visited, the territories and countries and cities that are most important perhaps to your business, by looking at the traffic flows that come through. There is a wealth of information that you can gain from using your analytics account suitably. Okay, so now we're going to move into the next section, which is about display marketing. So we've looked at search engine marketing, we've looked at SEO. We know that we need to improve our website, we need to look at keywords, and we need to get people as matched up as quickly as we can via search queries and what you have in your website. But display ads are those billboards of the internet. Now, we might walk down the road and see a billboard. We'll start to understand the brand. We'll start to understand the message, and it's huge. On the internet, we do tend to be subjected to a great deal of display ads in one way or another. And you can see positioning wise, they could be at the top, they could be at the side, there are lots and lots of different placements to help them catch people's eye when they are on another web page. So with advertising, we're going back into Google Ads, selecting the display campaign type. It's a display campaign. And again, we set a goal. What is it we want to actually achieve? We're going to look at targeting. This is important. With all ads, with all paid ads, you do get extremely extended targeting options, which are fantastic to help you to really target your ideal audience. And that's the point. You need to target. You don't want to send your messages out to just anybody to see who clicks. You want to be looking for the people that want your types of products or services, because hopefully logically you can see that not everyone is going to be interested in your products or your services, but there is going to be a customer base. If you start to identify that customer base through personas and other digital marketing techniques, you can then start to get a good return on investment. So we want to look at keyword targeting, demographic targeting, placement targeting, where on the page we're going to put our display ads, the topics that we're talking around, the imagery and what's associated with that, and perhaps interests as well. So you have lots of options to, once you've done some of your audience research, to really target these ads to turn up in the right places for your audience. We need to look at the right language with catchy copy. We need clean and simple imagery. Again, good photos to stop people in their tracks or to, again, catch their eye, and a compelling call to action. So a call to action is something which is going to help you to move your customers and your audience onto the next step. A call to action can be buy now, click here, subscribe now, call us, email us, whatever it is that you want your customer to do. And it's often, and try and make it match up on the page with the next logical step for the customer at that point in their online journey. And then you're helping them to move forward very, very quickly. It's one of the few times in life I find that you can actually tell people what to do and they enjoy it, because it's helping them have a quicker, better experience. So display advertising, the tips for success that we have here: understand your customers. That's absolutely crucial across all digital marketing. Understand your customers, do some research on them, find your audience types online. What are their likes, their interests, their age ranges? How do they speak? What are their occupations? What do they do? What's their salary, income bands? Once you start to build up a great picture or persona of your audience, you can start to create your content appropriately for them. You can enhance your display advertising with remarketing. Now, very briefly, what that means is that if you've ever been into perhaps an e-commerce site and you've got to the point you've put something in the basket, you're about to buy it, and then you don't buy it, then you might be on other websites later on, and then you'll see an advert for the exact product that you didn't quite buy. That is remarketing. That's those things that appear to chase you around the internet saying, well, you didn't buy that, would you like to buy it now? So that can be quite an effective way to remind people of the interest that they had in a particular product at a given time. You do need to test and optimize. And again, that is a really key and crucial part of digital marketing, that you do need to test and optimize. And it's unlikely you're going to get it right first time. So it is an experimental process. You need an experimental mindset. Some things will work better than others. We are human beings as searchers. So on that basis, we can be quite fickle. So we need to appeal to the widest possible audience. And that can be, if you've got a text box, it could be changing the color of that text box, putting the photograph on the other side of that text box, or at the top, in the middle, at the bottom. Test out variations. It's called A/B testing, if you want to look that up. A/B testing is a really, really useful way for you to experiment with your ads and see which ones are the most effective for your audience. So display advertising can be really, really quite useful, and it can be quite effective when done well. Now, the next we're going to be looking at is social media marketing. This is extremely popular. So many of us are actually on social media. So many of us are on at least one platform, and often more. One thing I'd say at this stage, though, is, if you are a business and you're working on social media, it's not really generally going to be good enough for your customers that you're on a platform. You need to populate that platform. You need to have a flow of information on the feed. You need to be updating that profile as much as you possibly can, again, to keep customers interested. From my own personal experience, if I go onto a website and I think, they've got some social channels, I'm going to have a look at those, because a lot of people are using social channels to investigate businesses now. If you've got a profile there but it's not being populated, I probably won't use you or buy from you, because I'll think you don't seem that credible to me, because you've got a channel but there's nothing on it. Are you who you say you are? So only use the channels that are applicable to your customers. You don't need to be on 9 or 10. You can be on 2 or 3, and that could well be the channels that, through your research, that you understand are most effective for your business. So social media can help you grow your business and generate more sales by pushing people through, perhaps from your social media profile through to your website. They can add value to your brand, because they're another way for people to learn about you, to learn about your products, your services, and your industry, and for you to share your thought leadership, to be producing really compelling posts that help place you in a strong position in terms of your credibility within the products or service that you're offering. It's a way to improve your marketing overall. It can help you get noticed on search. It can help you attract more people through to your website. You can gain some valuable customer insights, because, again, it's social media, so people are talking and communicating a lot, and you can learn a lot from that. And you can keep an eye on competitors, because all of your competitors are probably going to be on social media too. You can raise customer service levels by being really responsive. You can start conversations and thus gain intelligence about your customers. You can show a new side to your business. So rather than sell, you can show behind the scenes content. You can show how you source your products, how you perhaps manufacture them, where you get your packaging from. Are you a sustainable business? You can really, really help people understand you at a different level, which I think is really, really important. So the difference between organic social media and paid social media is quite stark as well. So organic social media is free. So you have a free account. That essentially means, I think, from how the market is positioned, that you are the kind of product there. Nothing really comes for free. So you will only reach your followers and their friends. Whereas paid social media, you pay for the views, actions, and clicks that are taken, and you can reach anyone. And that really is the key here. Organic social media reach, again, something perhaps for you to put into a search engine and understand the impact of. Organic social media reach is pretty much zero now. That's just rapidly declined because the social media platforms understand that there are so many people on them now that essentially you need to pay for the options that are going to help you succeed. So paid social media, you can target your audience, locations, demographics. The options are pretty much endless to help you really run an effective campaign. So it's the same as with paid ads on Google search, for example, is that user blended approach. Organic growth is going to be extremely slow for you. But if you do use some paid social media campaigns at good times for you and for your business, or when your business perhaps seasonally is more active than when it's not, then you can really start to reach the people that are looking for products and services like yours. So you can see that phrase again, target audience, is so important. Look at the demographics, the location that people are in, especially if you're a local business. You can find the professions that your audience have, the interests, their behavior, what they do, what they like, what stimulates them, what really helps press their buttons. You can start to understand your audience on a very granular level. You can choose the channels that are applicable to them. As I mentioned, you don't need to be on them all. And can you really provide good content, individualized, well-toned content for them all? I think that's a great question to ask in terms of your time and resources. And you need to post engaging content regularly, which can include photos and videos. The visual element is much loved by us as an audience, and posts that have got images or videos in get a lot more clicks on a percentage basis, and a lot more interaction, a lot more engagement. People have that need. You can share infographics. You can also live broadcast like this session today. This is a live broadcast. People love live broadcasts. You can do it on a lot of social media channels now via perhaps the live feeds. You've got reels, you've got stories on Instagram, Facebook, and other channels. All of the channels now are pretty much recognizing that people like to upload video content and that they like the opportunity to post live. It's a great way to market. It can be pretty quick as well. You can do it from your mobile device, and it can be really effective to capture a particular thing at a particular moment. So again, look at what you're comfortable with producing. So you need to set yourself a goal for social media marketing. Again, you need to have something to measure. The things that are working well, you continue and enhance on. The things that haven't worked so well over that given period of time, perhaps you need to find out why, understand why, ask your customers why, or again, get someone to evaluate the messages that you've been putting out, because do they really match the purpose of the business, the goals of the business? So understand your audience. Again, that's so massively, hugely key across all digital marketing. And you need to be consistent, and you need to update regularly, which again comes into making sure you're on the right channels so that you are updating the right channels rather than the channels that aren't working for you. Again, Google Analytics, if you've got a website, will tell you the channels that are working for you and which are pushing through most of the customers. Email marketing is a great way to market your business too. One of the key elements, I think, for email marketing is that someone's actually chosen you to send them an email. Now, we all get a lot of emails come through, so this makes them a VIP client. As you can see, treat your users like VIPs because they've opted in. People need to opt in to receive email notifications. So there are some platforms around which you can use on a free basis, like MailChimp. There are more advanced email platforms to see, again, how it works for you, the functionality that you need. And if you do need to upgrade to a paid email marketing platform, then potentially that's something that you can do, as you know that the interest is there. You need to build a relevant list of contacts so that again, that permission, that opt-in basis is important, but you need to use your content to generate new contacts. You invite people to subscribe because, again, you're offering them something relevant and important and key to their business. And then find out how they prefer to hear from you, how often they prefer to hear from you. You'll see with a lot of email newsletters now that they're saying, do you want content from me as it happens, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly kind of summary? So that, again, you are working to the convenience of the customer. Now, personalized emails, it's really great to get an email that says, hey, Glenn, how you doing? Rather than dear customer, because again, I want it to be about me. I want to feel like I am being selected and picked and helped on an individual type basis. So it can be a really effective way for you to build a great relationship with your customer. And as it says in the final bullet point there, keep it useful. That's really, really important too. You can run an email campaign, for example, and you might run that campaign and send out to X amount of users. Then you can see from the X amount of users that you've sent that email out to, how many actually opened it, how many people engaged with it, how many clicks came from the content in that email newsletter. So that over a period of a month, if you sent out 5 newsletters, what made the third one better or more effective than the second one? What made the fourth one resonate better with your audience than the first one? You can do comparisons, analyze that data, and do more of the things that seem to work and then start to eliminate some of the things that just didn't work. If your messages were off key, or if they just didn't resonate with the audience or engage them, start to then optimize your content. Then the next email campaign can be even more effective. So that can be a good way to work. Email marketing, segment and group your list for relevant content. So you might be writing for 25s to 35s, 35s to 45s, 45s to 55s. They are all going to want slightly different types of messages. So you segment your marketing list and produce content appropriate to those groups. You keep it simple, test it, and send it to 2 or 3 devices so that you are, again, keeping up with how it looks on tablets and mobiles, making sure it looks good, making sure that it's good visually. And then you measure the open and click rate to optimize your campaigns, exactly as I've just been describing. What's working, do more of. What isn't working, definitely do less of. So content marketing is also a very key area of your general marketing plan. It's a strategy. You want to deliver as a brand, because you are going to be a brand. You are a brand. You're representing a brand. Even as an individual, we're all brands. You're going to deliver consistent, ongoing, valuable information to buyers. And hopefully then those customers will reward us with their loyalty. So content marketing is about selling ideas as opposed to products. It's about building visual images. It's about building engagement. It's about helping people to click through. It's the use of storytelling. Really, really useful. If you've got a content plan for the next month, try and guide people through a narrative that helps them understand you and your business better and better. So use videos, blogs, case studies, guides, whatever you find that is, in terms of content, that is going to be useful to your audience. So you might be focusing on videos for a while, see how they go, see how those campaigns go. Customers want touch points, they want multimedia where possible. And again, if that's applicable to them as an audience, try and cater for it as best that you can. The most popular forms of content marketing are going to be those YouTube videos, but then you've got research papers that people might need to read from an educational perspective. There are lots and lots of ways to package the information that you have to convey it most effectively to your audience. Now, in terms of content marketing, you need to build, as I've mentioned already, those customer example profiles or personas as they're referenced. Again, what are people's demographics? So their age ranges, gender, job positions, the industry they're in, the interests they've got, what are their needs, what are their overall challenges, what are they looking for? Products and services like yours. Then you create different profiles for each customer segment. Some agencies that I work with will have pictures of, or it's not about stereotyping, it's about identifying commonalities, but they'll have pictures of people on the top of their monitor, and for different campaigns they're writing for that person. It really helps you to craft and create good content. Have a journey map. Identify the steps that people are using and that people are taking, and make sure that they're getting to where they need to get in the least clicks possible. And then think of the questions or the information that's required. So again, you're answering all of the questions that help people to make that decision to use you or to buy from you. So facilitate the customer journey. Think about the steps people need to take to get right through to purchase, for example, and include that call to action. Buy here, click here, call us, email us, download the white paper, sign up. Again, whatever is important to you and to your business. So use the content that you're creating to facilitate the sales process, to guide people through with great imagery. Use storytelling. People love stories. Think about why we all, or not all of us, but why a great deal of us watch Netflix and other platforms, Prime, Now TV, and we watch box sets because we love stories. We love continuity. We love to learn more and more about our business. It's not all about the sell. It's about the background. I could say to you that perhaps a good ratio to use is 80% background information, informative, entertaining, educational information, 20% sell. Good balance to think about with your postings. Then you distribute the content to maximize your reach, and then you measure your performance. We're getting back to that measurement element again. Measure what's working well, optimize for the next campaign. Now we're moving into the next pause for questions. And again, I can see that Mohammed is keeping you really busy in the chat, and you're keeping him really busy in the chat as well. So I am going to move on into the final section where we're going to be building a digital marketing plan. So thank you, Mohammed. I can see you're working really hard there. That's fantastic. So we're going to be building a digital marketing plan, and we've split that into 6 steps for you. So this is important too. Make these notes, revisit this webinar later on the link that you came in on, take a screenshot, take a photo, whatever you want to do. This is a great way to get a simple digital marketing plan out of your own mind and onto paper or onto a document to help you to plan. So number 1, we're going to identify what our business goals and objectives are. What do we want to achieve? Secondly, we're going to be looking at what our budget and resources realistically are. What can we afford to do, and when can we afford to do it? 3, we're going to, again, build in all of that audience research that we've taken to make sure we maximize our message, opportunity, and potential. Number 4, we're going to decide what channels we're going to use, because, again, we're going to be choosing very carefully on channels that are effective for our actual audience. 5th, we're going to be looking at how we plan our activity, when we're going to do it. Again, maybe that's a content calendar. Planning ahead. Planning is going to be crucial. And then lastly, we're going to be measuring. Now, there's also a good methodology there, a good framework called SMART, which is SMART goals. So you need to be specific, measurable, assignable, realistic, and time-related. Look up SMART goals, perhaps on your search engine of choice, to understand how you can start to really position and frame some good objectives for your business that you can then measure under the SMART framework later on. So let's have a look at point 1. We're going to be looking at our business goals and objectives with an example from Max, who's a hairdresser. So Max wants to get more customers through the door, new and past. So not just existing people that have been there before, but also attracting new customers, and make more people in the area know that the business exists. So they want to add and build on their awareness so that more and more people will come and use them over time. So there's a good example of a business goal. What do you want to achieve? Now, the examples of some online objectives, as we've mentioned, so Max wants to get more customers through the door, new and past, but we might want to increase traffic to our website. So that's a great online objective. We might want to increase our online sales. I'm sure that that is a big goal for a lot of organizations. We might want to increase our social media page likes and follows, because, again, if that's a business goal, that's something we can start to measure. How many people liked that post? How many people started to follow me after a particular campaign? Maybe we want to increase our online reach and awareness so that we're building awareness and engaging new customers in. So there are lots and lots of different goals that we can bring into line that we can start to measure later on once we've created our appropriate campaigns. So business goals should align with online objectives. So here's a couple of examples. A business goal could well be that make more people aware that we're even here. So the online objective would translate that as increase online reach and awareness. Now, a business goal could well be we need to sell more of our products. That would translate from an online perspective through to increasing our website sales. If we want to get found by more people, so from a business perspective, physical business, that could be people walking past, and we're going to be attractive to them. But online, we might want to increase our social media page likes or follows from customers. So again, getting that engagement. If we want more returning customers, again, we need to increase traffic through to the website by giving good offers, by making sure that everything that we are perhaps putting on our social media platforms is helping people make the decision to choose us and to come back to us. We need to think about loyalty plans. We need to think about getting feedback to know how we can improve as a business. So there are lots of ways that you can build all of this into your strategy. Now, what is possible within your budget and resource? Well, in terms of Max's example, there's no website yet. It's too much of an investment. So essentially can't afford a website at the moment. So is that going to be a problem or not? We just need to note that down at this stage and understand what we can do. So we'll note that down. We'll come back to that a bit later on. So then when we move into audience, through research, Max understands that the most valuable customers are going to be females above 30 because they're coming in to get their hair done. They normally have children and work part-time. So we're understanding a bit about them, when they might be free, when they might not be free. You know, if they've got children, then perhaps they're having to pick up their children from school. Are they going to get their hair done before they're picking up their children from school or after? So we can start to ask ourselves some quite valuable questions in relation to how that audience might well interact with us as and when they need to. Most of them use Facebook. So we've done a bit of research and we understand that a lot of that particular demographic are on the Facebook platform. So therefore, it might be quite reasonable for us to decide to use the Facebook platform. This is how you choose your channels, because you understand that your customers are actually using them. You know, if Max knew that most of the customers were using Facebook, but then he decided, or he or she decided, to run a campaign on Twitter, then it might not be reaching the ideal customer set because they're not on Twitter, they're on Facebook. Same for any of the other channels. So understand your customers, ask them, well, what social media do you like going on? What's useful to you? Especially for perhaps businesses like a hairdresser, where you're having a chat with the client when they're sat in there. Utilize your customer service and your social skills in order to gain more intelligence about your customers, so you can plan and create campaigns for them accordingly. Now, what channels do we want to use to achieve particular online objectives? So you can see there's always a mixture, things that are going to be effective. There's a thing called a funnel. You can look this up on your search engine of choice again, which is going to be the See, Think, Do, Care. See, Think, Do, Care funnel. And that is about the audience journey, our journey as an audience as well, through the awareness stage, through the, actually, I want to refine my searches because I'm looking for something specific, then I'm ready to buy. And then how am I looking after my customers? How am I being looked after from a care basis? So See, Think, Do, Care. Have a look. It's really, really useful. And the marketing channels that can help push you through that particular funnel are there. So if we want to increase online reach and awareness, we might be using display channels, social media, and content marketing. To increase sales, we are going to consider SEM, so the paid social search engine marketing, SEO, by increasing our website and upping its ranking, and email marketing. Traffic can be helped again by SEM, SEO, and email marketing too. So you can see sales and traffic objectives can be linked, and the same channels could be effective for them. Increasing customer loyalty, social media interactions, social gatherings, social interactions online, email marketing, and content marketing, so that you're keeping people interested in you at all times. So here we go. Focus on the detail. My online objectives are to reach more people in my local area, get returning customers. I don't have a website because I can't afford it. How can I use digital? So you can, as we mentioned, get your business listed on Google My Business, but Google Business Profile, as it's known now. And within that, you can also create for free a very basic website. You've got an online presence now. You might not be able to afford a big website with all of the features, but you've got an online presence. You can set up a Facebook page, collect reviews, and post pictures of your customer hairstyles to show how good you are as a hairdresser if you were Max. Use Facebook advertising. Again, organic reach is pretty much zero, so remember that you need to pay on occasions, and perhaps include an offer. People love offers, so that you can attract new customers. And then you're going to measure that through the SMART method to help you measure the success of your activity. So you're always on about the concept of measuring your success. So a SMART objective, if we want to increase our online sales, is to increase our online sales by 20% within 3 months. Then after 3 months, you can measure and see, did you achieve that? Was it realistic to you? To increase brand awareness, do we want to grow our audience with new people by 40%? Again, measurable things that you can actually look at and see if they've worked or not. So I don't have a website. I can't afford one right now. I want to reach more people in my local area and get more returning customers. So there you go. There's your 6-point plan, your business goal, the audience that you have. Again, getting this information out of your mind, getting it onto a template is really, really helpful because it's all in one place and you can start to plan accordingly. We know that we're going to be using local SEO and Facebook as our key channels. Our activity is to build a website and boost visibility on Google by getting that Google business profile. We're going to be using Facebook advertising, and we've got our SMART objectives. Increase Facebook page likes from new people, not old people, and you can segment to that level of detail by 50% within the next month. Increase bookings from past customers by 20% in the next quarter. So again, you're giving yourself stakes in the ground. In the next 3 months, I need to do this, and I'm going to measure that to see how successful I've been. Then I'm going to look at the campaigns that I've created, see how effective they've been, and see how I might need to amend them, refine them, change them for our future campaigns. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how you can start to apply this to your own business. I can see a question from Kaka there. Where can we find more examples of business goals? Again, use a search engine and type in what are common business goals, and you should get a great deal of results from that to help guide you, and that could be applicable to you and to your business. So we're going to go back now to the 6 steps that we've just been talking about, and you can see how they all fit in together. Mohammed, that's a pleasure, my friend. We're going to go through to business goals and objectives as step 1. We're going to look at our budget and resources, step 2. We're going to identify our key audience, step 3. We're going to decide what channels are going to be applicable to us, step 4. We're going to be planning our activity, what we're actually going to be doing, step 5. Then we're going to be measuring through those SMART goals that we've built in step 6. And then essentially for the next campaign, we're going to be going back to the beginning and doing it all again. That's the thing. That's one of the things to really bear in mind about a digital marketing plan is it's an iterative process. What that means is you need to do it again, and again. It means that you need to learn from your previous mistakes and from your previous successes, build on the successes, and try and eliminate the areas that perhaps proved to be a mistake or just didn't appeal to your target audience. You're not going to get this right first time, I can assure you. That's an unfortunate thing, but we all grow, we all get things done, we all learn from our experience, we all evaluate. That's why there's so much analysis that we need to undertake for our digital marketing plans. There are so many factors to include, but audience research, I would say, is one of the key areas for you to bear in mind at all times. As long as we're identifying with our key and target audience and writing for them and appealing for them, then hopefully our campaign should grow in momentum over a little bit of time. Now we're moving into the final pause for questions. I can see that Mohammed has done a superb job for you today. I would like to say thank you very much. There's also a feedback link, so you could show your appreciation perhaps to Mohammed as well. And for the module in general, that's GOO.GLE/digital garage feedback. I can see a quick question that's coming that I'm going to answer. How long should we test our business goals? For as long as you feel is pertinent to you. There's no set time for that. Some businesses will do it monthly, some could do it every 3 months, every 6 months, or even every year, depending on what is important to your business and what it is that you're looking at. So you need to define, a lot of business cycles, for example, for organizations I've worked with, have monthly reviews. So maybe I'd be testing my business goals on a monthly basis, but realistically probably every 3 months and up to 6. Okay, I think we're coming towards the end of the session now with about a minute or so to go. Your next steps, revisit this webinar. Your next steps, do the fundamentals of digital marketing on the Google Digital Garage website. That's g.co/digital garage. Learn and understand these concepts better. Do some online research, go onto YouTube and look at how people are applying their own digital marketing plans. And that will give you some great inspiration, I think, for how you might create your own. Whatever your business type is, type in digital marketing plan for and whatever it is that you do. And there's going to be some type of result to help you focus. Don't take it all as a given. Be discerning in your appreciation of these articles or the videos that you watch, but it can really help your learning. But do the fundamentals of digital marketing on the Google Digital Garage website. Take up some mentoring, g.co/UK mentoring, if you're working for a small business or charity in the UK, and get a digital expert to help you perhaps build a digital marketing plan and talk about some of the considerations that might be applicable to you. Excellent. So we're coming up to the end of the session now. I'd like to say thank you. I'd like to remind you of the feedback form. We'd love to know. This is a part of our customer service offering to you. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we could do to improve. Let us know the topics that might be more and more important to you over time. And that's something we will always bear in mind as we develop and as we grow. And as again, you're our audience, you're our customers. So we want you to be as happy and engaged as is possible. So all that leaves me now is to say goodbye and thank you very much indeed. It's been a really good session. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks so much to Mohammed for everything that he's been doing in the chat function there. I can see it's been a really engaged session. So fantastic to you as our customers and our audience, and fantastic to Mohammed. I'll say goodbye now. And have a fantastic day and rest of week. And hopefully I'll see you all again soon on another Google Digital Garage webinar. Thank you and goodbye.